react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. Yeah. React if you have to. Yeah. Wave, wave, yeah. Woo. Woo.
Giving a little mic check. If you can hear the audio, drop me a thumbs up. We're going to go live here in just a minute, but if you can hear the audio, drop me a thumbs up in the comment section. We're just giving a bit of a mic check to make sure everything's functioning.
One time for the people who been holding me down. Two time for the people who been holding me down. That's three time for the people don't be knowing me now. I just move out of sound, and I just move without sound. And one time for the people who been holding me down. And two time for the people who been holding me down. And three time for the people I don't see them around. I just been moving around. I just been moving around. Yeah.
This live stream is sponsored by NordPass, because only bitches do Patreon. All right, so check it out, guys. Right now I'm partnering with NordPass this entire month. So anytime you use that link in the description or my code OriginalDobo, helps the channel out. Plus, you will receive 1 month free, 50% off your NordPass subscription. Links down below. Check it out.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing really, really well. Welcome to episode number 2 of Drones, Brews, and News, or it could be Brews, News, and I don't know. I haven't even looked, but actually I've got a pretty cool show for you guys today. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's just do like we normally do. Jump into the comment sections and give everybody a greet. So we've got Arco, Jorge, Chad B, B-Man, we got Al Diaz, MG Flyer, David, Chad B, Bud Bieber. Was it Stunman? Steve, what's going on, man? Brad, Eddie Nunez, Brandon, Nicholas, and Mr. Brad Hendo. Tonight's drink of choice, I don't know. Should I do this now or should I do this in a moment? Hey, Sean, what do you think, man? Do you think I should do this now or later? All right, so we'll just do this now. What are you drinking, Sean?
Well, for looks, I've got this piss water here, but I've got real water behind it.
Okay. There's no harm in that. Tonight I'm drinking a Shock Top. So
that is my beer of choice, actually.
I'm really digging Shock Top. I like the mellow flavor to it. I mean, it's not anything craftsy, but I mean it gets the job done.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good beer.
It's a good beer, and then you just pair that up with one of those Florida oranges, and it's a match made in heaven.
I don't ever put the limes or the oranges in my beers. I just drink whether it's a Mexican beer. Yeah. No,
I don't know.
I used to.
I have to have that. I just need a little. I need a little bit of a flavor to it.
It's funny. Because if I drink a few beers that are weaker beers with limes or whatever, then I find through the night I can get to a heavier and heavier and darker beer, and they
I hear
taste
you.
better as the night goes.
I hear you. That makes sense. So I got Sean on the show tonight. Obviously, you guys sort of figured this out. I didn't advertise it, but we sort of been wanting to do a show together for a while, and especially more so since I missed being able to go out to Colorado, go snowboarding and hang out with Ed Ricker and Kelly and everybody. In hindsight, I probably should have did that, right?
Oh yes, you should have.
I should
Yes, you
have.
should have.
This is what I get for not going out there, but I should have. So whatever, we didn't. And now all this is going on. So Sean, how are things in your neck of the woods?
It's interesting because it almost feels like it did in the late '70s, early '80s. There's no internet. Well, there's the internet. Everybody's still doing all this stuff, but it's slowed down so much. I can't say it's quite a ghost town because everybody's outside walking, hiking with their kids, doing things outside in nature. The hustle and bustle slowed down so much that people are focusing on other things, and it's sort of nice in the weirdest kind of way.
It really is. I feel like I've seen my immediate family a lot lately. Just the ones that I know where they've been, who they've been around. And just today, our governor has issued a stay-at-home order effective on Friday. So that goes into effect Friday for non-essential businesses, which I don't know. It basically means I'm going to be pretty much home a lot. But they do encourage you to go out, do hiking and swimming by yourself. You can't be in groups. You can't be at public parks, but they don't care if you go and do those things.
That's been going on up here since middle to late March. Our town actually started doing that prior to the state doing it. Being in a smaller town, they at first I was like, well, we're in a small town, it's weird, but it made sense. They shut down all the hotels, all the Airbnbs, and kicked all the tourists out. And as you know, this is a tourist destination, so we just kicked them all out basically to help prevent the spread of it because they're.
Uh-oh. Sean, you started lagging on me. Sean?
So
okay. Not sure. I think Sean may be lagging a little bit. Your internet's goofing, buddy. Okay. All right, so we're waiting for Sean to get back. Obviously, you can see that mountain internet is not the best. Hang on a second. Let me see. I think he's back. Let's push you back over to live. Yeah. Your internet started wigging out on me a little bit.
Really? That's weird. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, no, it's good, man. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's internet. It's the way things work. I mean, we're doing a lot. Like when you think about it, you got Skype going. We're streaming in 1080. So I mean, hopefully that's will get better. So tonight, what I wanted to talk about was a couple of things, but obviously the major topic is it worth waiting for a new release, especially now? So we're going to factor in today's current situation, and obviously there's been, rumors floating around of some new drones. So in your honest, humble opinion, is it worth waiting for a new release?
You mean if you were on the fence right now and you were thinking of getting something?
If you're on the fence right now, so we'll angle this two ways. We'll talk about the person who's thinking about buying a drone, and then we'll talk about the person that has a drone and they want to maybe possibly upgrade or something.
And I guess if you don't have one at all, and you've never had one, then no, I don't think it's worth waiting. Just get what you get, because the next ones that are coming out aren't really offering a huge leap, in my opinion. Sure. I mean, to me, 8K, that's nice and all, but I don't know. Like you said, this particular thing we're doing in 1080. I know myself, I do 1080 in almost everything I do. I don't even use 4K half the time. So the 8K isn't a big draw for me.
Sure.
For a professional that's doing that's all they do is badass photographs, maybe houses, maybe that's worth it. But for the average Joe, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's just a status symbol.
Yeah, I sort of agree. I've seen a couple of pretty interesting videos lately talking about, is 1080p still good enough? And I watch those videos, and for the most part, I think 1080p today is still good enough, depending on what the bit rate is of that 1080p. I know 1080p on most drones looks a little bit washed out. It doesn't look quite as good, but I think for the most part, you can still get away with some very, very usable 1080p.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, especially if you're using it for YouTube, because the majority of people who watch YouTube are watching on phones. Now, I can't say
Exactly.
everybody, so we're
Exactly.
going to get everybody in the comments now going, no, I'm on my computer or I'm on a TV.
Yeah,
But
but how
I
many of
bet you
those
there's a
people
good
have a
portion on a
4K
phone.
monitor? How many people have a
Yeah,
4K monitor?
right?
If you have a 4K monitor, go ahead and drop a comment down below. I have a 4K monitor because I edit 4K and I want to see it, but that's obviously because of what I do. But when I watch YouTube primarily, I'm sitting on the toilet watching YouTube. If I'm just being real, that's how I pass the time.
I actually will switch mine from 4K. I do have the new 2016 MacBook and it does 4K, but I will purposely switch it to 1080 just to make sure it plays
Oh,
smooth as
you have the
butter.
16-inch MacBook.
I do.
Oh, that thing's a beast. That thing's a beast. Exactly. A lot of people are sitting here probably on their phone or maybe something like that. But I think what I've actually been doing a lot lately is editing or shooting in 4K, and then I downsample to 1080p.
Yeah. That's a lot of extra work, though.
No, just the export setting. But I mean, it is extra work. It's more taxing on the computer, but it's
So for myself, I save probably 95% or more of everything I film. I can go back and
I
find
know.
you raw files from when I started really getting more serious about YouTube about what 4 to 6 years ago, and I have about 5 hard drives full of files. I can only imagine how many I would have if it was all 4K.
This is where I'm really bad. I don't really archive a lot of stuff. Like if I get done with a project and I upload it to YouTube, I just delete the source file a lot of times. Sometimes I'll save it. If it's video I've shot of travel trips, the only
Yeah,
footage I ever save is travel trips. If it's products, I don't care because I know pretty soon that is going to be irrelevant. But travel
I'm with
videos,
you on that.
travel videos, for some reason, I save. Like I cherish those.
No, I'm 100% with you on that because, like, I just did one on the Insta 360 1R today,
Uh-huh.
and that file, all those files gone except for the snowboarding footage. I kept that.
Right.
But like I said, products, things that are reviews, that kind of stuff, I swap, get rid of. Vlogs or anything that's even a vloggy style, even if it's still a review, I'll save a lot of the vloggy stuff out of it because it's a part of your life. It's history. It's like looking
Yeah,
at a photo album.
I agree. I agree. So you're at the shop right now then.
I am. I drove up here to do this just so I wouldn't have kids running around and
Yeah, and your
wife
kids are
yelling
out
at
of
me.
your kids are out of school, right?
Oh yeah, yep. I think they are out for the rest of the year. My son's 22, so he's been out already. He's just out of work.
Ah, okay.
He's actually pretty lucky. He works at AT&T selling phones and stuff, and they are actually going to pay him for 2 weeks of work when he's not there. So it's at least it's something.
That's not bad. I mean, I gotta say I'm pretty fortunate because I've worked from home for 8+ years now. So right now it's like everything is still status quo. Although I'm starting to see impacts because the clients that we support are being impacted. So it's starting to slow down. I haven't seen the full effects of things yet, but I'm sure eventually it will. Somebody says my volume is low, so let me see if we can crank this up a little bit. I got to be very careful with this mic. Let me know if that's better. I can see it peaking pretty damn good. Holy crap, it's coming in hot now.
Sounds
So,
good on my screen.
yeah, it's
I'm also listening through headphones. So.
yeah. So it could just be this mic because it's a new mic. It's pretty much this is uncharted territory for me with this thing right now.
I got some people in the comments making some points about how you can crop in on 4K, crop in on 8K, and that is 100% true. If that's the use you use it for, that's a great use for it. Myself, I'm still using the Zoom as my main drone, and you really don't lose a lot of detail zooming in. I think you've played with that. I know Billy has, and it's really impressive the quality of the video on the zooming in to 2 times optical, or even I think it's 4 times digital, if I'm not mistaken.
Say that again. The AK Evo.
No, no, not the 8K Evo, the Zoom, the
Oh, the
Mavic
zoom. Yeah,
Zoom.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
four times.
yeah, and the digital zoom on that actually looks really crisp, really clean.
No, no, it does. It does. The the Evo 8K, that digital zoom that you can do with the 8K is actually pretty impressive. You end up with a 4K file, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's impressive, and if it's something you need and it's something you see as a game changer for you, then
I
we're
see. That's
going
the
back to
thing.
the cycle. Then maybe you should wait.
See, that's the thing. When I got a chance to play with it out at Vegas, and I had to edit it on my MacBook. Mind you, my MacBook was specced out. It was a struggle. It was an absolute struggle to be able to just try to edit it without my computer overheating or crashing Premiere Pro multiple times. Finally, I gave up and I brought the entire clip into what was it? I brought it into Final Cut Pro, and Final Cut Pro was able to render it out. And I ended up downsampling the entire thing to 460 or 4K 6, or was it 4K? 4K 24 is what I downsampled it to, because what I figured was nobody's going to be able to see this in full resolution 8K anyways. But wouldn't you know it, somebody in the freaking comments was complaining that I didn't upload it in 8K.
Of course,
And I'm
there's always
like,
that guy.
you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. I was like, whatever, dude.
See, to save, with the way the new solid state drives are on your computers and they don't have a lot of space to actually bring your files in, I've been editing for the last few years off of one of these externals like this.
Oh, yeah, was that
And
the G drive?
yeah, however you pronounce it, Locky, I don't know. Does anybody know how you
Lacy
pronounce
drive?
that?
Is that
Yeah,
what that is?
Lacy,
Lacy?
that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I don't use proxies, which I probably should since I'm working off the drive.
Yeah, proxies
And
help.
depending on the size of the file, I can still get some hang up. Like even today, I was filming in 1080 and I had enough different shots on top of each other
Mhm.
stacked, and I was getting a little lag on those. But that's mainly the reason is because I'm doing it from the hard drive to the
Yeah,
computer and then back.
yeah. I made that mistake when I bought my MacBook. I didn't max out my storage, and I'm sort of kicking myself right now because there's nothing you can do. I actually saw somebody today on Twitter. They taped SSDs to the back of their lid on their MacBook, so when they need them, they just plug them in. They're like right there. I thought that was sort of genius.
If this was a solid state, it would probably not have the same kind of lag, but the solid state drives are still really expensive. And this little guy actually has been pretty reliable for me.
So we got a question in the chat. Greg asks, "What are your thoughts of using the Evo 2 4K version for mapping? I use the DJI Phantom 4 Pro now, but thinking of the Evo 2 4K will be replacing the DJI Phantom 4 Pro. Any thoughts on which of those for mapping?" All right, so here's my thoughts on that right now. As it sits today, I would still probably choose the Phantom 4 Pro, because if you rely on certain applications to do mapping, such as drone deploy, you're going to get better integration with a DJI product. And that's just sort of because it's already out and the SDKs are available. But that's not to say that you couldn't do the same thing by running a mission through the Autel app and uploading those photos to something like Pix4D or something like that and have them stitched. But I still prefer the integration of DJI versus what Autel has as far as 3D mapping goes. But that may improve. They may change that as they see need, but I don't know if I would necessarily switch right now. Yeah, I don't know why the alerts for the streams are so delayed. I think they do that intentionally. They delay the alerts. I get people say all the time that they don't get notifications when new videos go out. They don't get notifications for the streams. I don't know. I think YouTube's, really suppressing a lot of content right now, but
I'd agree with you.
it happens. I mean, that's why we go on for an hour most of the time. Exactly. And the P4 Pro also has a mechanical shutter, which the Evo does not. The Evo is going to have a, basically digital shutter. It's going to be the same as what the Mavic 2 Pro has. Again, not knocking it. It's not saying it couldn't get it done, but that mechanical shutter does make a difference in photos, if you ask me. I think the photos out of the P4 come to be amazing, at least the Pro version.
Yeah, I'd agree. The photographers I know that do it professionally, they all tend to go back to the Phantom 4 Pro.
The Four-Eyed DK asks, is drone deploy only for DJI drones, no Evo drones? As of right now, drone deploy is only working with DJI right now, and I believe there is a Skydio integration that's happening soon. I haven't heard anything more of that. Obviously, with everything that's happened, a lot of the integrations have sort of slowed down. Development is still happening, but they're not as quick to move on things as they once were. So we'll have to see how that's going to go. So I don't know how any of the shakeups that happened at Autel this past week are going to affect anything. Supposedly, the Evos are here in the country now, awaiting disbursement to their dealers. So we'll have to see how that goes.
So then, if that was the case, and someone was debating between a Phantom, or not a Phantom, but a Mavic and an Evo, and they're almost here, and you know it, then that's not too much.
It's one of those things. Depending on where you buy from, I would say, buy it, try it. If you don't like it, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to have to pay a restocking fee, and then you buy what you really like. Most people are going to have a restocking fee of $100.
You know what's interesting is some states, like at Best Buy, some states with Best Buy will have a restocking fee and some do not. Like here in Colorado, they do not charge a restocking fee on phones and things like that.
You know what
back in Texas they did.
What I've learned with Best Buy is that there are ways to get around the restocking fee. Depending on what verbiage you use with them when you are returning an item will depend on whether or not they actually will charge you that restocking fee.
Really? How so?
So if you bought the product and you're like, God, it's defective, it's not performing as intended, they're not going to charge you a restocking fee. That's not your fault. Same reason why when you return something to Amazon, if you choose, oh, I bought this item by mistake, you'll notice that they try to charge you a ship and return. But if you return that item as it's not functioning or it's not as intended, then they don't charge you because it's a customer service issue. See, they'll gladly pay the shipping regardless, but they want to see what you're going to select first. Because you know how many people will offer to pay the shipping back? A lot of people make that mistake and they pay the shipping to return the item.
Yeah,
me, I take the option to return the Kohl's. So if you have a Kohl's nearby, I return the Kohl's every chance I can get.
Yeah, for us, it's a bit of a drive to a Kohl's. Didn't used to be.
Oh, I'm sure. I just prefer to take it. I prefer to take it to Kohl's because I don't have to box it up. I don't have to put a label on it. I don't have to do anything of it. You know how much stuff I should have returned to Amazon, but I never have because I'm just too lazy to box it up. It's incredible. It's incredible.
I believe you. Knowing you, I believe you.
I mean, I've been pretty critical. Like when I needed something off of Amazon recently, I would look and it'd be like, okay, you're not going to get this item till April 22nd, right? I'd be like, okay, let me look. I can look, and you know they prioritize the shippers, so as long as it's not shipped and sold from Amazon, you can get it sooner. So it's
that reminds me of when Netflix came out and they used to send you CD or not DVDs, and Blockbuster started doing the same thing, but you could return it to Blockbuster physically. And I actually really sort of missed that feature. You know, I missed being able to go into a Blockbuster and just drop it off and walk out with something else.
Yeah. I see. And that's the thing. Like, I haven't been to like brick and mortar stores. So it's funny. I do most of my shopping online. Like all my shopping I do online. I don't ever like walk into a store. I will avoid a Walmart like a plague. Even if I know I can get something the same day from Walmart, I will actually opt to buy it from Amazon because I just don't like to interact and go into the stores. It just freaks me out. Like,
well, then this shutdown's perfect for you.
Oh yeah, this is perfect for somebody like me doesn't like I don't know. Like I can't handle like big crowds like that. I can't like walk because I have it like when I go into a store, I have a direct target. Like I know what I got to get. I want to get it and I want to get out of there. Like that's it.
That's a good way to save money because when you start wandering the aisles, next thing you know, you're spending tons more money than you expected.
My wife can go. My wife, she can go down the aisles, bro. Spend days. I love this. I am saving so much money right now because of this because they are not in the stores. So, sort of a silver lining. All right, let me see what's going on in the comment section here. All right. So Artist Vice says, do you think the Evo 2 Pro will follow sooner or later than the initially planned by Autel after the 8K begins shipping to customers? Personally, right now, after talking to their team and the dealer that I work with, I think we will see it a little bit sooner, just because I think Autel is trying to make a point right now. They fired their vice president. They have a new vice president. They're restructuring their organization a little bit. So I think we're going to see it a little bit sooner. I think they had too much, pie in the face type of thing to not. So I think they will.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about some of the American offices in Autel being like canned, or I can't remember exactly what I was told, but some crazy stuff supposedly just happened.
So a lot of stuff just happened there. So, but the units, they're, like I said, they're pretty hell bent on getting these units out. Like I said, the units are here in the States now, but it's just whether or not they actually get them in dealers' hands. Like I saw a couple of dealers actually have shut their doors because of the virus, but they're still taking orders and they're still going to fulfill orders, but they're no longer, open to the public where they can come in and things like that. And I know Best Buy's done the same thing. Best Buy has it where if you buy something, it's curbside only. You're not actually allowed to step foot in the store, which I think is sort of interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting world right now. We've realized you can really see what's more important, like job wise, from people right now than my job. Tattoo artist.
Well, you know what? Everybody right now is claiming that they are essential, which I get it. Nobody wants to be out of work. This absolutely sucks. It's imperative that you work, and I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see how companies take care of their employees. This is how I will gauge who I support. Who gets my business after this. How they treat their employees this is what will gauge that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look and see what we got going on in the comments here.
I saw a good one here about the Mavic Air 2.
Where you got? Eagerly awaiting. What do you got, Sean?
Eagerly awaiting for Mavic Air 2. What's your take? And I am a huge fan of the original Mavic Air. It's not my most flown drone.
But you think it's going to be a Mavic Air? You think that's going to be a Mavic Air? That doesn't look like a Mavic Air, though. It's like...
I haven't seen any new pictures. Has there been a new leak I missed?
No, not since the last week's pick. I mean, if
they make a new Mavic Air, for me to spend my money on it, I want it to look just like the last one. I love.
Yeah, but they won't. I think they've shit canned that. They've shit canned that whole design, that flat like sort of design. I mean, I like the new I like the Mavic design. Like, I don't know, this to me looks like I like this. I can go with, give me something just a little bit smaller. So give me something cut off from here, like a little bit bigger than the Mavic Mini, right? So give me like something like here to here, maybe a little like flatter, thinner, and we'll call it a day. And I'll be real with you. It doesn't even have to have a 1-inch sensor. I don't care because let me tell you, nobody can tell the difference between a sensor size. They can't. I shoot on APS-C, and if I ask the realtor, what did I shoot this on, full frame or APS-C? They're going to look at me and say, I don't know. Now what I do need is RAW. Give me RAW and full camera support and D-Log, and I'm so happy. I am so happy.
So I do think the Mavic Air is a little underrated, and the reason that it's underrated is because it was Wi-Fi. If the Mavic Air had a longer battery, same exact form factor, longer battery, and some version of OcuSync, I would buy it and probably sell almost every other drone I own.
I agree. I would absolutely use the OcuSync over Wi-Fi. I can't stand the Wi-Fi. I was flying today with the Mavic Mini doing some shots, and I was sort of getting a little sketch with a couple of shots I was getting. David asked me, how are the master air screw props working for you? The master air screw props are fine. I don't notice any difference between these props and the stock props. Like, it's negligible. I just bought them because the black versions were substantially cheaper than DJI's stock props. I mean, if you're going to buy replacement props, the master air screw props are the best props you can buy, but not if you think you're going to get massive amounts of performance. They're just good because they're cheaper and they are very well made. So like I said, when I wrecked the drone, I ended up buying a second set just because they were cheaper.
I've actually got a pair of those for my my Mavic Air.
Now, for the Mavic Air, it makes sense. It makes sense to get to the Master Air screw props because the Mavic Air is stupid loud. It's stupid loud.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I still use the other ones and keep those as a backup.
Really?
Yep. I don't. The noise on it doesn't bother me.
That is interesting. Mr. Riviera Castro says, I agree. Altel is making a statement. Just think when the last time they uploaded 3 to 4 videos on YouTube in the same day. So my take on them uploading these videos is they have a product here in the States to ship. They wouldn't make this big of a wake. Like, no company's stupid to make a wake. And obviously they've gotten a lot of crap from a lot of people, myself included. And they are probably, like I said, they've got a lot of mud in their face for not getting this thing out on a timely release. So they're going to do everything in their power to make sure it goes out far sooner than anticipated, virus or no virus. Let's look in here. They'll stick with fold-in props and 60 frames per second on the new Air and call it improved. I'll take 60 frames per second fold-in props on something like that. Give me AccuSync and 30 minutes of flight time and take my money. I think that's a good deal.
Pretty nice.
Ray Kelly asks, what's your favorite drone? So what's your favorite drone, Sean?
Oh, for looks and form factor and the way it flies, I like the Air, but my most used drone is the Mavic Zoom. And there's a lot of, am I broke? Am I coming through or am I frozen?
You're frozen again, brother.
That is crazy, but you hear me.
I totally hear you, but you're frozen.
Interesting.
I hear you. I don't know if they hear you. There you go.
Okay, I'm not frozen. That's weird. So yeah. The Mavic Zoom, I was torn between the Mavic Zoom and the Mavic 2 Pro, and I went with the Zoom because where I live, the Zoom just comes in so handy.
Right.
Zooming into nature stuff, mountains that are so far away. Mountains look ridiculously tiny in a regular photo, but if you can actually zoom in, and even on our phones now we have that zoom in, there's like the 3 lenses on the new phones. I take most of my mountain scenic pictures on the zoomed lens, and then I do have the Skydio 2, and believe it or not, I actually like the Skydio 2. I hate that it's Wi-Fi. Absolutely hate that it's Wi-Fi. That is the biggest downfall of that drone.
That is the biggest downfall.
But it does have it's been the most fun that I've had flying in 6 years.
I agree. It's a small drone. You can put it in tiny places. I think I gave myself too much head.
I'm not even going to go there, man.
You can do that because this stream is unfiltered, Sean. Unlike other streams that they ask you not to curse, I actually encourage it. You actually get a gift card to Applebee's every time you use the F word on my channel.
Oh, well, I wish there was an Applebee's by me.
Exactly. We'll put that there. It's not that you wish there was an Applebee's. It's you wish one was open.
Right,
you wish one was open.
Well, I wish there was a Tech Roadhouse because from what I've been reading, those guys are supporting their employees.
They are.
Well.
They are absolutely. I love Texas Roadhouse. They're doing this whole thing. If you drive up, you can get like this meal pack. It's pretty good. B-Man wants a Applebee's gift card. B-Man, you will never be able to use it for 30 days. You can't go to Applebee's for 30 days. Even if I gave you a gift card, you're just not gonna. Joseph Meyer says there's no such thing as too much. This is what I told you. My chat never disappoints. My chat never disappoints. God bless it. Anyways, I absolutely love it. Mr. Cardoso, welcome. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Totally derailed that. I think my favorite drone right now, as of today, 2020, is still the Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah,
still the Mavic 2 Pro. And it's just because professionally speaking, it's the most versatile. It's given me the best of the best, and it's let me down the least. And then a close second would be the Evo. The Autel Evo 2 would be my close second, only because the Evo 2, when I need to get up in the air after I get authorization to fly a property, the Evo always comes through. The Mavic, I can't say that about the Mavic.
Yeah, there is a good thing to, it is a good thing to have one that doesn't have such restrictions, because especially if you're doing stuff like you're doing, you're flying 50 feet up in the air, and you got to get all these confirmations and approvals to be able
It's
to just go out and
ridiculous.
take a picture of a house.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
absolutely ridiculous.
Babysitting that beer. Sean's babysitting the beer. I'm on number 2 already.
No, I'm
I've
drinking
already-
water.
Plus 2, you got to drive. This is Drones and Brews. I promise my next guest will be completely inebriated.
Next time when you
don't have to
do it from
drive.
home.
I can't wait. Like I'm eyeing up because now that I know this works so well, and I think I've got everything for a live stream pretty dialed in now. I'm gonna start inviting guests, and I'm just gonna invite the most random people and just never announce it. It's just always going to be the most random people on the stream. It doesn't even have to be a YouTube creator. Doesn't even have to be a YouTube creator. All
I
types.
think that's brilliant, man.
I think it's
you got to
phenomenal.
get it so we can have 3 of us in here.
I can have up to like 4 people. I think we can have up to 4 people. However many people you can put in a group chat is how many I can push into the scene.
So I missed a comment up here. Artist Vice asked, the Zoom over the Pro 2 for someone who does not want to do a lot of editing and better straight
Then
in the
you
camera.
go with the Zoom. Go with the Zoom.
Yep. I would say the Zoom
all
is
day long
awesome.
you go with the Zoom if you don't want to do anything additional. Any news on the Spark 2? I don't think you're ever going to see a Spark 2, brother. I just don't. I don't think so. I think the Spark's dead. Sparks.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't see a reason for them to even do the Spark.
No.
Because how much was the Spark again? It was like $300-$400.
Yeah, and with the Mavic Mini supersedes that. I was flying the Mini today. I was actually getting some pretty cool shots with it. You know, I'm starting to get a little bit more daring with it, I guess you would say. Because I've gotten to the point where, once again, if it comes back, it comes back. But I was testing out the manual white balance, which I like. I like the manual white balance on the Mavic Mini now. You can really get good color out of it, and sort of, color. You could sort of dial in the color right in the camera, which is solid, which is really solid.
Something I sort of miss is on the original. Did you have an original Mavic?
I did not have the original Mavic.
So if anyone in the chat remembers, the original Mavic had a ton of looks or pre-programmed color schemes.
Sort of like the Evo had, or has.
Does the Evo have a lot?
Yeah, the Evo has that. They have like Vivid, Sophia, whatever the hell they.
Yeah, there was like 8 to 12 different color schemes on the original Mavic, and they ended up, I think, they chopped it down to a lot less. But they originally, when it came out, there was one, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was so good for the time that I never did any post production on it at all.
What really? What color profiles are you talking about?
I don't even think it's on it anymore. I think they've changed them down so it only has 2 or 3. But I haven't turned my original Mavic on in so long that I don't know.
Really?
I flew my original Mavic recently to lift that beer video I made the other day.
Okay, yeah.
Picking up the beer. I flew that one, the Evo, the Zoom, the Air, and the Skydio.
Okay.
And it was mind-blowing to me how solid the Zoom actually flew compared to all the others when it was having this amount of weight on it.
Okay. Hey, Bob, I did see the footage, man, and that's sort of actually your email sort of sparked me to go out today on a little adventure and fly the Mavic Mini, get some footage and sort of play around with it. Actually used a gray card and a color card to try to also help dial in the color, and it actually worked pretty good. So yeah, really, really happy with them. Alien Bob asks, did you get your landing pad yet?
Do you need a landing pad? I can send you one.
Oh, no, hang on. I got one. Right here. Hang on. Where is it? Right here. Oh, found it. It's right there, Bob. Yep. Found that landing pad. That'll do.
I don't think I've ever used one except to make a video to show people what a landing pad was.
I will cut my finger off. I will amputate my hand before I use a landing pad. I will catch it. I will bear catch it in my mouth before I ever use a landing pad. I am that against. I don't think
people realize how easy it actually is to hand catch these things.
You just slide it into your hand. You just.
Yeah.
I did today to almost take a finger off.
Did you?
Yeah, I did today. Yes, I swear to you, Sean, I gotta see if I can pull it up. It's in
Oh
one of
yeah,
these
you've got a
clips.
video of it. Yeah,
I
let's see
did.
this.
I did. It's in HLG, so it's a little janky. So let me see if I can actually get it to
It's funny.
play.
One of my most viewed videos is actually a video I made like 4 or 5 years ago when the original Mavic came out, however long ago that was. And it's a hand catch tutorial.
Oh
How to
Jesus Christ, this is good.
catch a drone.
This video, I should include this in, leave it to the Mavic Mini. Leave it to the Mavic Mini. Let me see if I can splice this in. So let me go to my desktop scene. This is just, you're gonna laugh, bro. This one is pretty bad. So let me see where movies and TV. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna switch this over. You'll still be heard, but I'm gonna go ahead and show this video.
All
right. So here's the video today. So I had this bright idea. I'm out here, and it looks all blown out because I'm filming in HLG. So I'm flying the Mavic Mini. I'm going to try to hand catch the Mavic Mini. Mavic Mini is much smaller than the Mavic 2 Pro. This is the power of editing. So I go to grab it. Oh, it cuts my finger. So I said, all right, we're going to do it. I wasn't satisfied with that one. I wasn't satisfied. And by the way, like my finger, I got to show you my finger. It cut me pretty good. I got it. So I did finally get it, but it cut my finger pretty good. So
that just actually cut through it, or just sort of
it didn't cut through it. I was trying to see, what did it actually do? What finger was that actually? It hurt really bad earlier. Damn, if I look at my finger, oh, it caught me in my ring finger. It took a piece of my nail off. The Mini is not strong enough to pierce my skin, but if that was the Mavic 2 Pro, I would have kissed skin goodbye. I'm still not getting a landing pad though. We're still not doing it. We're still not. Yeah. I swear, guilty to the Mini. But you know what? I underestimated how difficult that thing is, because when it stops, like the Mini doesn't just like stop, like the Mavic 2 stops and it sort of kicks itself up. That's the trick to those drones. Like even the Evo does it. It kicks itself up like this. And when it kicks itself up like that, that's when you can grab it sideways. But the Mini doesn't do that because it's so light. It just sort of, so you're either going to grab, fin or whatever.
Yeah, the 4i kid or whatever there has an idea. You should totally make a video using kitchen tongs to go grab your Mini. That would be hilarious.
Mike said, I never took Dobo as being a pussy. Really? Still whining from a cut on a Mini?
Well, Mike didn't see him when he saw the back.
Hey, Mike, do me a favor. Tell your mom I left my belt at the house. Jackwagon. He's okay. Mike's a good guy. I didn't leave my belt. I left my shoes. He's a good guy. So I just could never like get into. I actually, there is a video of me actually using a landing pad one time, and it was when I was on a boat, and I was with the Evo. Actually, that was the only time I've ever used a landing pad. Yeah, because actually at the time the Evo could not take up. It couldn't take off without actually being set on the ground, because remember at the time you couldn't hand launch the Evo. It was the only drone you could not hand launch because it couldn't calibrate the gimbal. So it is whatever. I mean, that was the only time, but now they've since fixed that, which is good, which is really good, because that was a big downer. Although I don't I don't know how much I trust boat mode on the Evo 1, because I've had a lot of bad luck with boat mode. I've had a lot of close calls with boat mode as well. I don't know if you've tried that out.
I've tried it, but honestly, my Evo is collecting dust. I really need to sell it before it's not worth anything at all. Anybody want to buy an Evo?
You can't buy them. You can't buy them right now. Like if you look at the Altel store, they are actually sold out. So that, I'm not going to lie, that's actually a pretty good buy if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great drone. It is. I just don't use it enough. And, we do these things and we make videos with them.
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to continuously use them day to day.
But do you sell your drones after? How long do you keep your drone? Because like me, I'm the same way. I'm very utilitarian with my products. Is that if the product has no longer served me any purpose, why am I going to keep it? I don't like them sitting on a shelf. They're not trophies.
So I keep them 2 reasons. 1, I'm a pack rat. So okay. We'll get that out of the way. And 2, because in the back of my mind, I'm always like, what if something new comes out and I want to do a comparison to something old? And then I sold it. And now I got to try to locate it again to do that video.
That's a good point. Fair enough. I'll give you that. Yeah, I guess I really never thought of that. I don't know.
Like I was just given a GoPro 1, and I'm working on a GoPro 1 versus GoPro 8 video.
Okay.
And we all know which is the better camera, but it's still
the GoPro 1. The GoPro 1's the better camera.
Of course.
Clearly.
It was game changer. It was the game changer. It really was.
Yeah, that camera. I don't know. I don't really use my GoPros that much. I use the Osmo Action more than my GoPro. I feel like I like the color.
Action that collects dust.
But more lately, I've actually been using the 360 cameras because I actually have found a new love for 360 camera. I'm sorry, I just saw in the comments. Adam says, no V-copters? Nah, no V-copters. I didn't think we were going to see a V-copter even if this stuff didn't happen. We were not going to see a V-copter. Sean, they're really upset about that unopened Corona Extra.
It's piss water. Have they never had a Corona?
Sean, we're going to ask that you please take a sip of that. You can't leave that unopened. I don't care what you do with it off stream. I don't care if you dump it out in the snow. But this is Drones, Brews, and News, and you have to have a brew, Sean.
Let me find something to open it with.
Do you have a wedding ring, Sean?
I do not have a wedding ring, no.
Okay, let's say if you had a wedding ring, what you can do is you can open it with your ring.
Yeah. Don't have one though.
It's an easy way.
Depending on how all this stuff goes, man, we'll see. Like, there's either going to be a lot of babies in 9 months or a lot of divorces in a few months.
Yes, I agree. All of the above. I'm probably going to hit all the check boxes. I'm working on one and checking off the other. So it's going to be a fun time in 30 days. We'll see.
Yeah,
we're
had a little bit of a rough time at our house, man.
Have you? You know what it is? I look at it this way. Lon Denard said, so who is this guy?
Well, this is Ken Dobo.
Yes.
It's the original Dobo right there.
Yeah. I think he's maybe he's talking about you. This is Sean Oz.
Yeah, I think so.
How does he not know who Sean Oz is?
He might not be into tattoos.
Nah, he's got to be. B-Man says, come on, Ken. We all know you're waiting for that V-copter.
I'll be right back, kid.
Yeah, go ahead. You find an opener. Sean's going to open that beer, so this is no longer a travesty. I don't think the V-copter was ever going to ship. Like I said, I think V-copter got a super great pass on all this. Although, wouldn't it be funny after the stream aired, like we seen them tweet out or post on their Facebook page that V-copter is going to ship after all, just to sort of smack me in the face. I feel like sometimes companies will do that after people claim something. They'll go out of their way to sort of prove us wrong. Hi guys, thank you for doing this. I just got my Mavic 2 Pro to complement my Mavic 2 Zoom. I have both paired to the smart controller. Really love the combo so far, Marv McCarthy says. Dude, that is an award-winning combo because no matter whatever you want to do, you have access to Zoom or, obviously that 1-inch sensor at night. So it's pretty awesome. What's going on, Mr. Black Ops? Corey, how are you? Sean, they think you look older live.
It's the glasses.
Plus, you're not bouncing all around.
A year ago, I didn't need them to read, but I have my my monitor set so it's like got the smallest resolution or the resolution that can fit the most on it. So the text is like dots going across. So
yeah, I know you're struggling in your old age.
With that and when I'm editing, it makes for more room on the screen at once whenever I have it in this mode. So I've got to wear these to read it. Sorry, guys.
I had a guy the other week when I did the video on the Evo. He left me this comment. He sort of, I feel like sometimes negative comments actually put me into like an inspirational mood. I don't know why that works like that, but it does. But he left me this comment on the Evo video. Apparently I triggered him so much, and he left me like a novel. And he said to me, he says, you try way too hard to be the renegade contrarian. And you're the guy who said the coronavirus wouldn't affect Shenzhen. I did say that. I was wrong. Because it was too far away from Wuhan, as if airlines don't exist. I did not know airlines exist. Said CES is the perfect place to unveil a new product, even if you're desperate. And even if you're desperate for a hot take content, I'll let you fly it in Vegas. Yeah? Okay, so they let me fly it in Vegas. What's the matter? He said, I did the same thing on the Master air screw props, even though they were only $20. He said, your desperation for hot take content is just going to push more and more companies away and hurt your channel, because now he's managing my channel. Like, I give a fuck if companies don't like what I say. I'm okay with them not liking. And he told me to chop down my beer intake rather than all these companies that go out of their way to hook you up with good, great products. One, no companies hook me up with good products or great products. Most of them I pay for, or, you know, DroneWorks will send over to me. Two, I'm not going to cut down the beer intake. I'm borderline alcoholic, but not alcoholic at this point. Still okay. And currently in the situation that the world's in, I am okay to drink. That is perfectly normal. And I literally made the name of this show after he said this to me, because he's just a son of a bitch. So I know he's watching, and he'll thumbs down on the stream.
Know, is this guy your dad?
No, it sounds like my dad. It sounds like my dad, but it's not my dad.
Maybe he has dad issues himself.
Yeah, this you know, sometimes certain comments will just like it will eat at you, because when you see so many, I don't respond to them all. Most of the time, if somebody leaves a stupid comment like that, I'll just like, all right, you had your one shot. I'll either respond to you and tell you what you are, or two, I'll just ban you from the channel, and then that's it, lights out. But most of the time, I just let them have a go, and then I'll fight back. This guy, the reason why my opener for Friday Night Flights was what it was because of him. So that's my response. So if you don't like how it is here, go fuck yourself, because it's not going to change. I have never had any intention on changing things, whether people don't like it, whatever. I don't work for brands. I work for myself. And yeah, I think that's the way a lot of content creators should do things. I think they should just start thinking about it and be like, you know what? Fuck it. Just get unhinged once in a while.
You should do it for yourself.
You should do it for yourself.
Until you're making tons of subscribers and tons of views, you're not making crap off of YouTube.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to do it because you love it. You got to do it because you want to be yourself.
I compare YouTube, two drinks in, here we are.
YouTube is another good website.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Everyone should remember that.
I compare it to like if I was sitting at a blackjack table and I'm just like, you know, I'm down to my last like $200. Fuck it. We're just going all in. Wherever the chips fall, they fall, you know?
Yeah. I got to say, one of your viewers here, David, I'm very impressed. When I was opening my beer, he actually recognized what this is.
Really?
Yep. This is a tattoo machine that I made myself. And I don't know why it's so blurry, but I used to make them and sell them to artists all around the world. Oh,
that's pretty cool, man. Now, can you travel with those? Can you take those on a plane, or no? You got to put it in carry-on.
I used to be able to, but because they're sort of like weapons. Every machine I make is like a weapon. This one is actually a bottle opener and a weapon. It's right here. Okay. You get bottle opener.
Nice.
I don't think they let you travel on board with my machines anymore. They used to.
Really? Okay. Well, that's damn interesting.
Eddie Nunez says, that's a bottle opener? What else is it? It's so this is a tattoo machine for those into tattoos and don't know. I just happened to design it to be a bottle opener also. It's just sort of a gimmicky thing I put into my tattoo machines, and a lot of my artwork is this kind of stuff. I don't mean to steal your show, Ken.
No, this is you, man. I prefer.
So when it's hooked up, there's a needle that goes here with a tube, and you hold it like this, and you tattoo people. That's what this is. But thanks for asking. No, it's not made from a cassette recorder like in prison. No, but we could make those. But that's, if this thing keeps going the way it's going, I'm gonna have to make some house calls or something and stop tattooing at my shop and go back to those kind of roots.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about it lasting anything longer than 30 days, like businesses shut down.
I'm 6 weeks. They have me shut down for 6 weeks.
Oof. Dude, honestly, I feel for you, man. I don't know if we should run a telethon or something. You know,
I'm staying positive. You know, I'm making a
you
lot
are the
more
most
videos
positive
now.
person. You are the most positive person I know. Whenever, like, I'll be completely honest. If I'm ever having a bad day where I'm like down in dumps, want to just quit what I'm doing, I'll fire up a conversation with you, and it's just like, you know what? It's not so bad because you are the half glass full type of thinker, and that's you know, man, I appreciate that.
There's definitely days where the glass is actually empty. It's either
I'm
half
sure.
full or straight empty. There is no half empty, man.
Holy crap! Listen to this. Cardoso said Toronto just announced 12 weeks lockdown. 12.
Ooh,
12.
damn.
Count them, 12. Holy shit, 12 weeks.
I wouldn't be surprised if April. You know, what sucks here is March is the busiest month of the year because of tourism up here,
Yeah.
and it's gone. We lost it. And now we're in April, which is so. And then May is what we call mud season. Nobody's here. It's completely different.
I was thinking about it today. Here's some things I don't see happening next year or at all. January, there's going to be a bunch of conventions happening like Interdrone and commercial UAV. There's not going to be any of those conventions this year. I don't see them having any of those conventions. CES 2020, I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know if they're going to have CES 2020 just because of how much of an issue this has all been. I don't know if they'll actually do it. You know what I mean?
Ray Kelly said apply for the government aid. We have actually started applying for that.
That's good, man.
Recently. It's loans. Which I'll tell you what, man, the government shuts us down and then they give us loans that we have to pay back with a percentage.
Hang on. I thought those loans were supposed to be forgiven if you met said circumstances, though. There were certain ways that it was a forgiven loan if you utilized it to pay your payroll or something like that. That's what I thought, anyways. I could be wrong.
I'm a sole proprietor, and there's no payroll for me to pay anyone out except for myself. So
now the stimulus is supposed to be dispersed based upon if you file taxes within the 2019-2018 year. That's how they were supposed to do that.
Yeah, and that I should get no matter what. That's like $1,200. You know, the shop's rent is $2,500 on top of the bills. And
do you have any merch?
I'm wearing some.
Where can people buy your merch?
Teespring.
Do you have a link? Can you drop a link in the chat?
Sure.
Drop a link in the chat. So, I mean, it's not like you're making, massive, bucks off it, but any little bit helps. And if you guys don't know who Sean Oz is, be sure to check out Sean's channel. Honestly, if there was ever a yin and yang, you would be the yang. You would be the yang, because I would be yin.
You want to be yin? You could be yin.
Yo, we got one. We get to try this button out. Sean, we get to try the button out.
Oh, you got a noise button? Do it.
I don't know. Shit, don't know. Sean, it's not working, Sean.
What do you want it to say? Well, hold on.
Is it not work? Why is it not working, Sean?
It's not dinging.
Son of a gun, it's not working.
I got no noisemakers here, man.
I'm going to do it. I got it. Hang on a second, Sean. I got this shit. I got this.
Need like confetti.
Maybe there it is. There it is. It's going. It's playing in all its glory.
Is it going to change?
No, it's not. It's just a really creepy one. Bless it anyways. Gosh, I worked so hard on that one. I wanted to press that button for a while. That was pretty cool. Drone Sidon Smith said he just subbed up to you, so I appreciate that. It's pretty cool. And I guess it would be a shameless plug too if I didn't promote Billy Kyle and I. We've decided that our podcast sat stagnant enough. So if you guys are interested, we're putting out some audio only content. The idea behind our podcast at the time was, okay, everybody's going to be driving to work. They can throw us on the radio and have a listen for 40 minutes. And because nobody's driving to work, that's not working out. But we're still doing our podcast. We're still talking whether somebody's listening or not. So it's 40 minutes. We talk a lot about the Evo 2, and we talk a lot about Skydio and a lot about the current events. So that is the Flight Time podcast. I'm sure one of the moderators will drop a link in the chat if you guys want to check out Flight Time podcast. At the time of recording, we are on episode 30. Episode 30 is the latest one for Flight Time podcast.
So I don't know if you noticed this the other day, Ken, but check the last link I just posted in the chat.
We got another one. Hang on, Sean.
Make the noise.
We got to do the noise.
Thank you, Black Ops.
I hope that sound's coming through because I can't hear it, but I love it. That is my voice, by the way. Slowed down 70%.
I'm going to actually have to go back and watch this and replay.
Thank you, Black Ops Drones, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you. I find that the creepier the super chat button is, the better.
Yeah. What are you using to push the button? Is it something?
It's a stream. I'm using I'm just using. I'll show you, Sean. I'll show you because you're cool. I'm just using a Stream Deck.
Okay.
So that is what I'm using. Eddie says I might be meeting Billy this weekend, 6 feet away, of course. You know what? That's the beauty of being in the drone scene is that you can hang out still. You can just stay 6 feet away. I mean, we got to be that far away anyways. There it is. There's the Flight Time podcast. Thank you, Tom. We're going to hit that button one more time. There it is. Super chat acquired. There it is. So that runs for 93 seconds, I think. I don't know if it's actually 93 seconds. I've never actually timed it. It counts up to 93, but it counts really, really quick. So I'm not even sure if it is. Thank you, Tom. Tom blends in. I didn't even see him because he blended in. Everyone else, buy Sean non-piss beer, piss water beer.
It's piss. I hate it. I hate this beer.
Oh, I did come from my brother-in-law's house. We had some Land Shack. We had some Land Shack lager here, and the Boston Yard. Back to cat.
I just thought that the visual of it would have been.
It's so bad you have to blur it. The beer is so bad you have to blur it. The beer is so bad you have to censor it. Oh, bless it, anyways.
Did you got to click the link I posted above, Ken, and see the I Survived the TP Shortage of 2020 shirt I made? It's a quickie, but it's pretty funny.
Let me see. I'm gonna click on the link. I'm clicking on the link. That's actually a really good shirt, though. And you made coffee mugs.
A couple other ones like that. I'm doing some tattoos, praying hands like this with bubbles all over them that say "wash your hands" or something like that.
I need to commission you to help me make some better shirts, to take the logo I have now and then to give it a little bit more depth.
Yeah, I'm glad to help out, man. I've got more free time now than I've had in years.
You don't say.
No, I don't know how that happened. But the glass is half full. It's a vacation.
The glass is half full, like I said. So guys, if you haven't, this is Sean Oz. If you've never seen him before, World of Oz. Click the link. There's a couple links going on right now for Sean's channel. I think Sean threw a link into the channel. Did you throw a link in the channel, Sean?
No, I haven't.
You didn't throw a link to your channel. You are just terrible at promoting yourself.
Yeah, I know I am.
It's pretty bad. So be sure to click that link. Give Sean a subscribe. I don't know. We're going to definitely bring more guests on the show, but I'm sort of also considering just having Sean on as like sort of a regular because him and I get along so damn good. That's why we're blurring it, Cardo. So we're just blurring all things. We won't even say it. We won't even say it. We're blurring all things. So there's Sean's channel, World of Oz. Check him out.
Let me say, Dad Random, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, that was awesome. Thank you, Dad Random. We appreciate that. He appreciates that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about sometimes, is just, you know,
every little thing
community.
Right now is grocery money and bill money and that kind of stuff.
I was gonna have you do a tattoo live. We were gonna do a tattoo if I came up there. I'm really, really, really kicking myself for not coming up there. But as soon as all this is,
you would have had a good time.
As soon as all this is over, whether Gina likes it or not, I'm coming up there. I don't care if I got to crash on your couch, and I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Well, I do have, I have. Oh, it's blurry. Let me unblur it.
I'll sleep. I'll sleep at the couch.
I'll sleep at the studio with a couple of arcade machines and all kinds of stuff. So worst case scenario, you can have like some privacy.
Whoa, Dad Random. Thank you, dude. Not necessary, but thank you. We hit the button again. We're in that button now. Oh, you got an arcade there. Oh, you got a couch.
I got Pac-Man, Street Fighter, couch, all kinds of stuff.
So that's perfectly Dobo ready. Oh,
Hey,
they
look,
took the monitor.
got nice speakers for you to do your live stream right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do it.
Totally
We do it
right.
all right from the shop. We just got to work on the internet there.
Yeah, I'll probably have to pay for a higher signal to get up to your standards.
Now, this is not the. You know what? Speaking of which, I don't think I paid the cable bill. I always forget. I need to just let them auto draft it. I got to pay them when I end this because Spectrum, we call them Speculum here, will probably wait until guys. Oh boy, I can't wait. Wait until Friday Night Flights. Oh, I've got an intro for you. If you haven't watched the Tiger King, oh my goodness, I found the most amazing gem on Amazon. So I'm on Amazon the other day, and I'm gonna wait to film the episode, but I bought this. I bought that shirt. I did.
Oh, that's
I
great.
bought this shirt. And better yet, I did it one better because I said, you know what? There's no way. I'm trying to let this grow out a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be there and ready, but even better, I even got the mullet.
I saw your picture with the mullet.
So I've got the mullet. I am ready to go. Friday Night Flights, Grandeur opening, Drone King, Friday Night Flights. It's going to be freaking amazing. Oh, God, I can't wait. I've never been so excited to put on a character. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Hold on a second.
So, yes, all super chats go to Ken Joe Exotic Tattoo. So if you haven't watched The Tiger King on Netflix, it's a really, really riveting watch. I would highly suggest watching it. Oh, you got one too. I think mine beats yours, though. Should I go get mine? You wear yours, I'll wear mine. Can you entertain people for 5 minutes?
You know what I was just doing? Could you tell?
Yeah, you get yours. I'll get mine.
All right. Oh, this is horrible. So, guys, any questions from the chat? Who's seen the Tiger King? Who hasn't? That's what we were talking about, right? We got little Dad Random says his little brother came home with an earring once. Oh man, when I was a kid, I came home with an earring, and well, my mom almost kicked me out of the house for getting my ear pierced. Didn't care that I got a tattoo, but almost kicked me out for that. And yes, the Tiger King. Train. I've never known so much white trash to be in one show in my life. It was incredibly bad and good at the same time. And the thing that kept getting into my mind is, how did they take so many years of footage and turn it into such a cool story that you just couldn't stop watching? There was so much footage. Sounds off? I'm not making any noise? Dobo will have to fix that. Yeah, it's very cringy, that's for sure. No, Eddie, you cannot get a full sleeve done in a day unless you're wearing like a t-shirt sleeve, There's no way. I don't have a hat to put on with mine. Oh, yeah, I do. I'll be right back. Now you take back over the show.
Full Tiger King apparel. I'm so excited about this. Sean, you see these locks, Shawnee? Look how fucking epic these are. I mean, was it Carol Baskins? What's her name? Carol Baskins. All right. Yeah, you like that? I'm gonna shave this. I'm gonna shave just this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm gonna shave just this. It's gonna be like Carol Baskins.
Yeah, we gotta try to mimic his voice, all gay sounding. Well, nothing wrong with being gay. It's just if we're gonna mimic him, we gotta get the voice.
You gotta get the voice. You gotta really hone your inner Joe Exotic. You just gotta get it. You gotta hone it in, and probably I'm never gonna financially recover from any of this. Just not gonna financially recover from this.
I personally think
Carol fucking Baskin. Carol fucking Baskin.
The guy was set up. I was set up.
I was set up.
Carol
Carol Baskin.
No, I
Carol
think the Jeff
fucking
guy set
Baskin.
him up, and he's in jail because of the Jeff guy.
I
This is hot.
agree. I agree. Does look like Wayne's World in here. I gotta just trim this. But you know what?
That's
I think it's essential, dude. Like I feel like, I mean, end of the day.
Look at yours in the front of yours. That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I got
Mine was actually made for a Halloween costume I did years ago. Where I was, what's his name from Poison? Bret Michaels, is that the guy?
Yeah, Bret Michaels.
Yep. I was him 1 year for Halloween. It was
Bret
when
Michaels.
Rock of Love or Bus of Love or whatever his TV show was, with all the hot big booby girls were all over that show.
Oh yeah.
Everybody watched that show because of that. And then I've got this other one here. This one's totally different. See, this one doesn't even have
how hard do you think it'd be to pierce my eye? Like if I wanted to pierce, or should I just do clip on?
Dude, don't pierce up his. His is done really badly. He has a horrible piercing.
It's like on the corner. It's on the corner. It's the pierced.
So you gotta make new wigs on the show all the time.
You came for the party. You stayed for the show.
That's what happens when you drink this piss water.
You're only 2 in. Oh, shit. I should have grabbed another one. I mean, we were supposed to be done at 10, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna go with it. You know. Here we go. Oh my goodness! Did I have that much more left? Look at how much. Look at all that. Look at all that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Joe Dobo.
Joe Dobo. There you go. That's pretty good. You got to use that.
My wife was pissed.
Who haven't seen the Tiger King yet, it's a Netflix. Did you already explain this to him? It's a Netflix series. Okay. Straight. You would never know that there was these Hatfields and McCoys in the zoo world all trying to fight each other, as well as having multiple wives or multiple gay husbands. And it's just, I don't even know how to put it into words. It's a train wreck. It's just a train wreck.
Sorry, what'd you say, Sean?
I just was calling it a train wreck.
Oh yeah, it's a train wreck, much like this. But I mean, for the first 30 minutes, this show might have like seemed somewhat normal, but it's quickly derailed into an absolute freaking mess. But you know what? Like most things I do here on the channel, that is the way I prefer it, and that is the way, and that's the way it was. That's the way it was. I really gotta like. What I'm doing is watching the show over and over so I can get his voice. Like I want it in my head.
Yeah.
I want it in my head. Carol Baskins is a murderer.
Yeah, that's, the funny part is like later in the show when she's described, you can't get a tiger to eat someone with that. You got to put sardine oil on it.
Sardine oil. Sardine oil.
Robert says makes Honey Boo Boo look sane.
Oh yeah, it did.
That was one hell of a white trash show too. Yeah,
I'm telling you, nobody does it better. I may actually grow my hair out something similar to this. Wow,
God,
could you imagine? Oh my God, how luscious these locks would be.
See, I could do it, but it'd be more Rocky Horror style, and I would just have the bald cul-de-sac on the top.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I've got a little bit of hair going on, but the thing is, once I shave this and it's all this, it's really going to take form.
Dude, when you shave your beard completely, like clean, you look like such a little kid.
I do. I don't like shaving. People always say to me, I like when you shave. And my first response is, well, that's weird that you like when I shave, but I appreciate that feedback. But the beard is coming back.
Maybe they're closet pedophiles.
I don't know. But some people are like, you should really shave. You should really shave. No, I don't want to shave. I like the beard. I really do. But anyways, I think this was a sufficiently awkward ending here.
Should we ask if they got any drone questions or camera questions?
Yes. If you guys have any drone related questions, fire away. we'll go ahead and put this. Is really hot and itchy, actually.
Yeah, the wigs are very hot. I think they're much hotter than regular hair. So let's see. Any drone questions? Any camera questions? We are having fun. This is probably the most social interaction with someone that wasn't in my family I've had, well, since the last live show. That's why I've been jumping on all these live shows, because normally I'm working all the time when everyone has live shows. So I can't even come join you guys in the chat. Otherwise, I'd be in Ken's chat all the time. I'd be in everybody else's chat all the time, but I'm always working at night. Drones to moans, okay?
Drones to moans. That's a concert.
Yeah,
Lon likes when I'm clean shaven. Thanks, Lon. I appreciate that. You'll get it.
I have not tried the dual control on a Mavic 2 Pro. The last time I did any kind of trainer or dual control was for a Nitro RC plane, and my buddy had it set up. It was his first time flying. He had the trainer box on, and his battery disconnected in the air. So it just spiraled and hit the dirt. And
that's terrible. John asks, will the Altel remote work on the old Evo? I have not tried that yet. I haven't tried it. My first inkling is that it won't, just because I believe that they've made some internal improvements to it, but we'll try it out. When I get it in hand again, we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. I didn't want to break it at CES. I did bring an Evo with me to CES, but I didn't actually fly it. So check it out, guys. If you haven't already submitted your flight to Friday Night Flights, that episode is going to air a little bit later on Friday. So Friday Night Flights still happening. It's going to go off at 9 p.m. Eastern, so that way you guys can submit your footage. I also asked, I wanted to do a different intro for Friday Night Flights. So what I asked was that you send just a clip of yourself saying, this is Friday Night Flights. So I'm going to edit them all together in a certain way. And I think it'll be cool. So if you want to take part in that, you can just grab your phone just like this, vertical, like horizontal, whatever this is. But hold it like this from your face and just film a clip like this and say, this is Friday Night Flights. Even if you don't submit footage, give me a clip like this. I don't care. I don't care what your kitchen looks like. You can just, wherever you are, just film a clip like this. This is Friday Night Flights. Submit it before or by Friday, and we're going to feature that. That's going to be the opener. I'm trying to make this one of the biggest episodes. It's going to be absolutely batshit crazy bananas. I want to have at least 10 pilots in the mix. I don't care what you do, who you are, where you're from, but
I have free time. I'll try to send you some stuff.
Send me some footage. Send me some more footage, because I got that SD card, but we've already aired some of that. I threw some of your clips in last week sort of sporadically.
I missed it.
Yeah, I threw it in there. I was just like, Sean fucking Oz, that guy. Yeah, don't hold your phone like this. Hold your phone like this, because how do we watch YouTube, folks? We watch YouTube like this, not like this, like this. So send me a clip of you saying, this is Friday Night Flights. And actually, the first person that sends me a clip and says, this is fucking Friday Night Flights, I will send you a shirt. So first person that sends me that gets a shirt from Teespring, gets a Friday Night Flight shirt, sent to them. I sent Mike Kelly a Friday Night Flight shirt one time. They sent it the wrong address first, and then they finally sent it right. But I'm just glad they got it to the right person. But so check it out. Here's where you submit any of your footage. Doesn't matter what you're submitting. I'm going to go to the website and give you the link. I'm making it super easy, because if you guys are here, you submit 45 seconds of your flight to right here. So this is the official way to submit footage. Where the hell is this, Sean? This show has been an absolute mess. Carol, fucking bananas. Hopefully we've been offending everybody. So there you go. Click on that Google Docs. When you click on the Google Docs, it's going to ask you for some information. Fill out that information. I'm going to give you a shout out to, if you have a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, whatever you have, whatever you want. We're going to give you a shout out. And there you go. But make sure you fill out that information, because then I can't give you a shout out. and you can't have a link to your YouTube channel, all that good shit that goes along with Friday Night Flights. It's going to be epic.
Let me ask you a question about that. So do you want them to send in sort of chopped up footage?
They don't have to. No. They don't have
chop
to.
It up
No,
I
typically chop it up. Take it easy, Core. I typically will chop up the footage. You know, like let's say if somebody sends me more than 45 seconds, I will chop up that footage and what I do is I try to target the best of the best footage that they have. Like if this is their best 45 seconds of flight, I do it. Eddie, I will allow it. And we'll just put name redacted. We'll put name redacted. Because I know right now sort of things are goofy up there in NYC. So let's go for it. Good. I'm glad. So Mike says the shirt got there okay, and it fits too. So good. I'm glad. I'll title it John Doe. So yeah, so 45 seconds of your best flight, you know, and really put your best foot forward, because when I watch these videos, wow me. Like I said, I get inspiration from you guys. Casey from from the season 1 episode or season 2 episode 1. He inspired me. I mean, I was pumped to fly. I was watching his video and I'm like, this dude is just going bananas off the rails. And I'm like, I'm going to go fly the next day. I got my drone, got my shit together, and I was going flying. So Bob, I prefer 4K files if you can, because 4K just, it films really well. 4K films really well, and it shows up well. When I downsample it to 1080p, it's going to look really sharp, and it's going to look great for you guys. Make sense? Hopefully everybody understands that. So 4K is preferred. I edit these videos in 24 frames per second. So if you shoot in any other frame rate, I will interpret that footage as 4K 24. So just bear that in mind. If you want to make it simple, great. If not, no big deal. All good. So there you go. Oh, you got the dog at the shop.
Yep, it came with me today. This thing, we can't bring it in and get it groomed. It has dreadlocks now.
So I'm stoked to see all this footage. Hey, you don't have to edit it. Drone Sidon Smith, you do not have. He asked, do they have to be edited? You don't have to. I can sort of chop it up and, you know, make it work. You know, but just hey, Mike, that's fine. If it can only handle 1080p, then 1080p it is. I prefer them to be color graded just because I'm trying to do so much. But I mean, I can color grade it. I've been contemplating doing a thing where you guys send raw footage and I'll edit it and put together a Friday Night Flights that way. But I prefer to be color graded for these until I the four-eyed K9 said, are we supposed to vote on the best Friday night clip in the comments or just for fun? I'll tell you what, you can vote. We can do that. We've done that in the past, and I have sent out t-shirts. So I'll tell you what, if you guys vote for this month, vote for whoever won Friday Night Flights, and I'm going to have Sean redesign the logo for Friday Night Flights. He's going to redesign the Friday Night Flights shirt, and I'll pay him to do that, and then we'll give away those shirts. Sound like a deal?
What's the logo up? Can you put it up on the screen?
I don't know if I can put it up on the screen. Let me see if I can go to my Teespring store. I've not been there. Where's my Teespring store, Sean? I am really not doing good today.
Somebody up here did ask me a question while you're looking.
Sean, here it is. Here, I'm going to paste it in the link. So this is the official Friday Night Flight shirts. I sort of emulated Fight Night, our Fight Club's.
$20 to fill my car up, which is incredible.
So this is a really long. I don't know if it's actually gonna. I don't know.
Anyways, today we're gonna
so
do
I think I'll just pull this
utilizing the
over.
Autel
Let me
Evo.
go back to my workstation here. Man, this is just too much going on. I'm just getting busy.
This is cool.
so
Copper
out here,
State
I'm
said he
trying
won.
something new.
I did
Trying to
a
fly
shirt contest like a year
at
ago,
spot
and he's the guy who won it.
before.
That's pretty dope, man.
This
Small
is
world.
along the
See, I
Rocky
told you,
Washington
man.
River.
It's a small
really
world. The
cool.
drone community is totally
Bunch of
awesome, dude.
trails.
Oh,
Now,
here it
they
is.
said
Here it
that
is.
There's no
So let me expand this a little
river
bit.
access.
This one, he won the one I'm wearing, I
Sign,
think.
but
The black and gray
Sean,
John Skull.
this is the
need access.
this
I
is
can
the
just
shirt,
fly
dude.
to it. I'm just looking to get a little bit closer to
Okay.
the river. So that's the shirt right here. So this is the official Friday Night Flight shirt. This is what I'm talking about. Like it's got that, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know, man. I want something different. Maybe have a drone or something. Make it, you know, let's have an optional Friday Night Flight shirt. What do you say?
Sort of drive me nuts. Hopefully it
doesn't. And then you design it. You design it.
Nowhere.
And then we'll push it. I'll use your link on Teespring to buy them and to ship them.
All right, so I got the Evo powered on.
So
There's a lot of
if people
sand,
pick it, I'll pay for
so
it. I'll ship them through
lots of sand.
Sean's link.
So
if they
I don't
win,
wanna
if they're
take off
voted
from
top
the
flight, we'll
ground.
call it top
So I
flight
think
of the
what I'll
night.
do is
We'll have
I'll
one
go
top flight of
into
the night.
settings
Ship the shirts.
and enable boat
and there you
mode,
go.
so I
It
can
looks
take
like you
off
have a
from my
tab
hand.
outputting your vlog video audio right now. Open.
There we go. So
What
boat
happened?
modes enabled.
You have
do
some
have to
video
enable that
open
each
that's,
time.
that's making noise.
I have a video open making noise.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe it was YouTube.
To
I don't know.
Teespring, maybe?
Possibly Teespring. I don't know. I shut
Yeah,
off.
you know,
all
you
this.
might as well buy one because they're pretty dope. Why not? And if you win, then you have two.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Bingo. So there you go. So there's that. There's the show. It's 10:23. We've been going for 1 hour and a half. I guess at this point.
Well, like I was saying to the guys in the chat, this is the most social conversation I've had with anyone that's not in my family besides the other couple of live streams I've been jumping on.
How good is that, though? How good is that, though? It feels good.
It is. It's good to be able to do this. You know, I mean, I'm always at work at this time. I'm tattooing or here. Yeah. I can't even join in the chat rooms, let alone be on somebody's program. So I've been on Ken Heron's chat. I've been on Coast to Coast. I've been on Ron's chat.
Make the rounds,
video,
man. Make the rounds.
So it's nice to at least get out and have some conversation with some people.
I feel that 100%. Well, we'll go ahead and cut it here. But guys, Friday Night Flights, you got the links. Make sure you submit it. Volantra, you said one more question. So what's up, buddy? We'll see what he says.
You could have sex 43 times. I don't even know what that's regarding.
I don't even know, but it's Lon, so we'll allow it. I have his comments and everything on auto approved just because I never know what random shit he's gonna say.
You know, if I could have that, then everything would be just fine at home, and we could just stay on this hiatus from work for a long time.
Right? I hear you. I'm gonna give Volantra a second here to ask his question. I'm sure he's typing. See what he's asking. In your opinion on Skydio's warranty? What's my opinion on Skydio's warranty? That's a good question. I feel like it's a bit convoluted. I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I bet you bought a Skydio thinking they can crash it and they're just going to warranty it. And I think a lot of people would be sadly mistaken. I feel like the warranty is sort of, I don't know, not black and white. I think if you're going to buy a Skydio, read the warranty, but I'm not a big fan of it. Although I have seen them really take care of people. However, there's one person in particular that they haven't taken care of.
Which is?
Lon, I did see your Friday Night Flights video. I'm going to make sure it's on this episode, bro. I saw it. Kluge. They never took care of Kluge.
What did he run into?
He ran into the bridge. He was the very first person ever to wreck a Skydio 2. Posted up the video, and they did not assist with his warranty, to the best of my knowledge.
Do you know what the reasoning was?
They blamed it on the time of day. They blamed it on that he wasn't following their protocol. So, I don't know.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I watched his video back and forth, and I mean, that's a questionable call. The fact that they did not warranty it is just shocking to me.
I will say, though, they are the only company that I know of that is pretty much warranting any crashes at all. You know, I mean,
Sure,
it's very,
sure.
very rare that DJI will
but again,
warranty
keep in mind
anything.
what type of drone they are, you know, advertising to. They're advertising to people that are, you know, action sports. You're skateboarding, you're snowboarding. You know what I mean? So there's going to be accidents.
Trust me, I know, because that's one of the things I use it for. However, I think, in my opinion, they screwed up by only pushing it. I think they did that to separate themselves from the pack.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think if they had just put in something like OcuSync right off the bat, made a controller themselves right off the bat and shipped it that way. Something that, because the drone is built so nice and the controller feels like a toy.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. So John says, but the app let him take off. And I agree. If the lighting conditions were low, the application on the Skydio shouldn't allow them to take off. So the second caveat to was he crashed on a bridge, and you know how bridges have that cable in. They were trying to say that the diameter of that cable in didn't meet the specified requirements of what Skydio can see. I'm sorry, I watched that video a couple of times, and the cable in on that bridge was this thick.
Yeah, that should have been avoided then, unless it's a light issue.
You know,
and
my thing is David, you know, Kluge Tech Guy is probably one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. I mean, he is the nicest guy. And I know for a fact he did not want to make a scene about that. And I told him right away, like I said, if that was my drone and they said no, I'm making a fucking scene. Yeah. There's going to be a follow-up video, like a 4-part mini series of go fuck yourself, Skydio. Like, no joke.
That's what I did to get DJI back when I got the original Mavic. They sent me one with a gimbal.
I remember that, Lon. I remember that.
Dude, they wouldn't fix it. They weren't going to do shit at first. And until I put up a video showcasing and showing a proper gimbal that worked properly compared to their piece of shit they gave me. And then, of course, it blew up and they contacted me and apologized and all this other crap.
Yep. And you know, it's sad. It's sad you have to shame people. You should not have to shame companies into doing the right thing. I think a company should just do the right thing right out of the gate because it's the right thing to do. But no, a lot of these companies, what they tend to do is they rather, you know, just say, well, we'll wait and see what happens. And that wait and see what happens is what bites a lot of these guys in the ass. And with your situation and, you know, others, you know, that's what happens. So we'll see. I mean, I like Skydio as a company. I think they're a good company. I think that they'll be back, you know, after all this is said and done, and they'll make some drones that maybe will be a little bit more universally used. I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
You know, again, if they had a controller that was as good as, say, the Mavic controller, as well as a way to turn off their sensors so you could fly at your own risk in low light conditions, I might not keep my other drones. I might
agree.
just keep that one.
Agree. But I think because there's not a GPS in that drone, that, you know, they require certain things. I mean, we're still at the mercy of technology advancements. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're still at the mercy of that. At the end of the day, we're still at the mercy of that.
The Skydio 3 or Skydio 4, if they do get all this stuff into one, that will be something to be reckoned with. That will be interesting piece of tech.
Mike, what's going on, man? Welcome. We were just wrapping up, but welcome, Mike, Accelerated Heights. Another guy. Mike is local to me. Mike is actually my neighbor. So he's got a channel all about drones as well. Like I said, Mike is literally, I can't walk to Mike's house, but it takes me about 5 minutes to drive over there. So it's just nice to have so many people here in Florida that are into drones that I can just hang out with when all this finally is lifted. I want to have a 6 foot get together where we all still stand 6 feet apart, but we can all hang out. So I can't wait till all this is done. So it's going to be absolutely epic.
You know, it's funny. The 4-eyed kid there, he just said something this morning. I almost made a post about how wouldn't it be something if we woke up this morning and all the newscasters, the president, and everybody came out and said, "April Fools, bitches," and then played that Rick Rolled song.
Oh yeah.
All this was bullshit. You know.
Oh, would have been hell of a thing to go. But man, I'm telling you, we're all social distancing.
Yeah, right.
I'm so sick of that word. It's so freaking ridiculous.
No, it's got to be. You live in a bigger city, don't you?
I wouldn't say it's a bigger city. I live in a suburb of Tampa, so it's not it's not a big city. I actually live in a town called Spring Hill, and it's not big, but I mean, for where it's at, like, there's a lot of people here, like, but it's still the suburbs, so we don't necessarily have a city. Thank you, Don Hammonds. Appreciate that very much. We do appreciate that. I'm going back to my normal workspace, classic mode, and there's Sean. Bam, super chat. Didn't go there. Oh wait, here it is. There it is. There it goes.
it came and went so fast. You know, sometimes Super Chat does that.
I love all the animated stuff you've been making for your channel over the last 6 months or so. It's getting better and better the more you do it too.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to try to make it more my own. It's just practice, man. But I think we'll wrap it up there. I think this was a good stream, right?
I enjoyed it. Hopefully the people in the chat did.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to drop the video a like. We got 50 likes on this video, 54 concurrent viewers currently. Obviously, it's obviously now it's sort of late. I'm sweating my ass off. Actually, this light is super. Watch this. I'll shut this off. Hang on a second. I can shut this off. You can see that's how
nice. You do it from your remote.
Yeah, I do it from a remote.
I got 2 lights going. I got this guy. Where is it? Oh, that one and one over there. So.
Oh yeah, key lights.
Yeah, they're hot.
Yeah, it gets hot.
Not too bad.
I'm sweating. I'm ready to go watch Handmaid's Tale, binge on some Netflix, and wake up late and go to work. So.
Well, I appreciate you having me, man.
Bro, I appreciate hanging out, chatting.
The first guy.
So, all right, that's gonna do it for the stream, guys. Be sure, if you haven't already, visit Sean's channel. I appreciate all of you guys rocking with me. Thank you for letting me do this.
Chat. Wait, don't go yet.
What are you talking about?
You just got another super chat. You got to make the noise.
Oh, the launcher. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we got to do that noise. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys for hanging out and letting us be as goofy as we want to be and be what we want to be whenever we want to be it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with our audiences. I think we've got good audiences. You know, good, bad, and different. They let us do what we got to do.
Yeah, and when we get all this calms down, we get that trip. You get up here,
dude. I'm telling you, you're gonna tattoo me live. They're gonna hear me scream like mad. That'll be a Wednesday night stream for sure. I don't know what we'll do.
That would be hilarious.
I'll let you do dealer's choice of tattoos. Dealer's choice of tattoos.
Works for me.
I already told the missus. No wings, dude. No wings. You do props.
Just the dick.
Props.
No wings.
Just the tip. Just the props. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Whoa, $1.99 super chat from Don Hammonds. Before we go, one more time with the super chat acquired. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. You guys are killing me with that. 93. I don't know if this is 93 seconds, but it's a button. I press it, so it's cool. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. And as always,
stay original.
There it is. We'll see you next time. Oh yeah, which is fine. I let the music run like this because it's weird if you ended a stream and then you just went right to black. It was a fun stream, dude. Dude, I know, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I really should have came up there to Colorado. I know. If I would have had a crystal ball and knew all this shit that was going to go down, I probably would have came up there and just we would have just had a freaking ridiculous time.
Some lessons I'ma learn. Usher said to let it burn, but my life isn't his concern. I don't toss and I don't turn. There's some lessons.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I probably would have face planted a lot, but it would have been worth it.
I am not a hero, and I am not a hero, and I am not your one. Yeah, and I'm not your Neo, and I am not a hero. Yeah, and I'm not a hero. Too many nights, yeah, not feeling right, yeah. Too many nights, yeah, not feeling right, yeah. I can't be still inside. I can't be still inside.
But you know, I don't know. I think of all the missed opportunities to travel I could have did, and then I didn't do it. Now all this shit's happened. I can't fly. I can't hang out with friends. Yeah, but they won't let you fly. It's a risk to fly. Like you can't. Like if I fly to your state, I can't fly. Like they won't. Like if I fly back to mine, then I'm like really stuck in quarantine. It's a risk, man. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. Best thing to do is just stay safe, be smart, not be stupid. It'll blow over, dude, and you'll be back at work hopefully in no time.
Don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them.
Well, don't worry. Do what I'm gonna do. My backup plan is, I probably just like I'm gonna work the corner. Like just like maybe I'll put a sign like be like I'm sort of I'm a nice prostitute, not like I'm not a bad one, but just put a sign up. 50 cents. I don't know. It's fine.
Just know that I'm here. Too many nights, not feeling right, Too many nights,
All right, man. Well, we'll let it roll.